The scene is set at the One-Eyed Dog bookstore. The reclusive Jacob Crowley has contacted Mr. Smith to inform him that the book he had requested had finally made its way into his possession. Today, or tonight I should say. He'll find that the store is empty when he arrives, whether that is a lull in the business or just Jacob's way of clearing the room. One can only guess. But as he enters, the cafe directly in front of him is where he will see Jacob just sitting there with the books laid out on a table.
As as James enters the room, he will notice Mr. Crowley sitting at a table. Since the last time we met, James looks a lot more confident and a bit more wary in the city. He will see Jacob sitting. Last time he didn't get a last name, so he will approach Jacob and say, "Good evening, sir."
Good evening. Glad I could meet you again. I understand it's been some time, but if you still desire these, I did find my way across them. And he'll wave his hand to indicate the books sitting between them.
Yes, very much so.
Let's see. I believe you have requested first editions and folklore and fairy tales. This copy of I should say one of the first collections done by the brothers Grimm might serve you nicely.
The books are displayed in front of James.
Yes. Yep.
Is there a chair? Just quick.
Yes, there's a chair. He will see that they're sitting at one of the cafe tables. So it is one of those tables not melded into the ground, but a table with normal chair legs and such, so that you could slide it around if you wanted to. It has a set of 4 chairs around it, so he can either sit next to Mr. Crowley or sit directly across from him.
James will sit on the way he can take a good look at the book. I don't know which direction that is, so he will take a seat there and he will look at the book. Yes, it's very nice. He picks it up and carefully examines it. Flips through the pages. Yes. He's mumbling a bit of himself. Oh.
Yeah, no, it's okay. As he's flipping through the pages, he will see the 19th century copyright of the book itself. I have to look it up to see the year. I believe the year for this one was about 1820. It has the official title of the first set of books, which is in German. I'm not that good at pronouncing German, but it is Kinder- und Hausmärchen, which is supposed to translate to children's and household tales. 1812. There it is.
James knows a bit of German, maybe a bit better than Mr. Crowley. Just a bit, being hailing originally from the Netherlands, so the language is quite the same. At least has its common places in each other. Yes, this sounds like exactly what I need. He will place the book down after examining it. Looks nice. Last time we didn't really came to the part of payment.
No, we did not. My policy is to accept either cash or favors, whichever is most convenient for you. This book, being a first edition and taking me some time to acquire it, the price, though, is not that high. Only about 3,300.
It's actually had a close estimate on that, so that's not a big problem. Would you prefer this payment in cash, or can I wire it to a bank account?
I do have a bank account you can use, yes.
Okay, yeah, well, whatever is most suited for you, of course. I can accommodate on both.
Not a problem at all. Jacob will pull out a piece of paper, get his pen, start writing out the information that James would need to send the information across to his bank account. He'll notice that the name on the account does indeed say Jacob Crowley. He
Ah,
doesn't use an alternate for these payments, at least, it seems.
I see. Your last name, Mr. Crowley.
Indeed.
Pleasure to meet you.
And likewise.
As James receives the slip of Mr. Crowley with the payment info, he will say, "I can." Excuse me. He will say, "I can arrange that the payment will be. I can do it right now if this will suit you."
Yes, by all means.
James will take out his tablet, and I don't know if you have secure Wi-Fi in here, but you notice he has access to it anyway.
Yeah, Jacob, let's see. It has basic open Wi-Fi.
Okay, good. James will make contact, and you will receive, after a few minutes of he's typing away on his tablet, you will receive payment. If you look at the name doesn't match mine, but the money is still being sent over. It's $3,300.
Jacob does not have a lot of technological sophistication. He has a simple phone, but when he pulls it out and looks at it, it does have a buzz from his account, as he has it set to inform him when payments are incoming. He looks it over. Doesn't even blink at the changed name, just smiles and nods. Excellent.
Very well.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Yes, likewise. If I ever would need some written material, I will certainly keep the store in mind.
Absolutely. And if there's ever anything else you have need to look for and you have trouble finding it in the city, let me know. I'll see what I can do for you.
And these your specialties are written works, I assume?
Well, more or less written works, but I like to think my specialty is just in antique oddities in general.
James will make a quick notice on his tablet for this, just to remind himself of this. And he puts the tablet away. And he will also carefully place the book in a briefcase he has with him, that it doesn't get damaged or anything else.
He'll notice a bit of a smile from Jacob at the appreciation the person shows the literally 200-year-old book. Jacob will, once he's finished, lean back a bit in the chair, look across to him. It's been some few weeks since we originally spoke, hasn't it?
Yes. It was only on my, I think, third night I was in the town that we met first time.
Yes. How's the city been treating you?
Well, I've said it once and I'll say it again, it's lively, alright. It's very much different than where I came from.
Ah.
Lots of things happening. It's not really sure what to make of it yet, but it's been keeping me busy.
Yes, it's a surprisingly active town, even in our circles. It certainly gives the younger among us. Quite a bit to do. Makes them feel more at ease. Quite the opposite could be said for the elders, though.
Yes, it's not what I expected when I came here in the first place. Quaint little town, but well, looks can be deceiving.
I trust the prince has taken you in well in the city.
I haven't met the prince yet. Our schedules, so to speak, conflict in such a manner that it hasn't allowed me to meet him yet. And there's only been
Ah,
one Elysium, and since that time, there hasn't been one.
most unfortunate. Yes, I had heard of that. But he is aware of your presence in the city, of course.
I would say so.
That is good. So long as he knows you're here, with all of the matters from the other end, our, well, for lack of a better word, competition.
Yes.
It's good that you don't have to accidentally arouse undue suspicion.
No, I'm still planning on meeting the prince, but at the moment it's difficult to track him down. I hope to catch him at the next Elysium. And I will apologize, of course, for introducing myself late.
Naturally. I will more than likely see you there. I try not to miss them.
I'm awaiting when it is, and I hope this time our schedules don't conflict as much as they did last time.
Very good. Whom, might I ask, is your representative in the city?
Just out of character quickly. As far as I'm aware, because I'm Tremere, it's I'm automatically being represented by the regent, the higher prince. I'm not completely sure on that, but yeah, okay.
Yeah. No,
Uh,
that's his obtuse way of asking who his primogen is.
okay, yeah, I'm being represented by Ramsey Brodianus.
Ah, Regent Proteanus. I've not run into him in quite some time either. Have things been busy for you all?
Uh, I've been getting to meet people in the town mostly, getting my bearings around the city.
Indeed. Um, if you are within his clan, then you know the sheriff, yes?
The sheriff is Malkavian, as far as I know.
Oh, is it? I missed that.
Yes,
Well,
well, I'm not sure. I've heard not too many great things, and James almost laughs at at this fact. This individual it's claimed he has shot a Nosferatu in the park without any reason.
hmm. Well, you did say he was Malkavian.
Yes, but still,
Hmm.
there was no reason for suspect. I heard something that the Nosferatu didn't want to answer a question. There was no reason for him to, but when he gave that answer, he got shot.
Well, at least he was only shot. Did he die?
No, he didn't.
Oh, well then.
Still, it's not.
I suppose it's not the most politically savvy method to get an answer or express displeasure. Hmm. Very interesting.
Yes.
Well then, if he's no longer the sheriff. Marcus, there. Marcus Broodmore, I remember now.
Just James is not sure on the if he's allowed to discuss stuff like this, so he will say he doesn't know.
Fine. He probably isn't. I remember seeing something in the pictures, but Jacob doesn't know anything about it, so he has to ask.
Yes. Well, Mr. Broadmoor is no longer the sheriff.
Indeed. Unfortunate. I had
Yes.
something I wanted to ask him, but I suppose it will have to go to the new head of that position.
Yes.
Hold on. I'm getting a bit of... My system is locking up a bit.
Fixed?
Oh, it depends. Can you hear me right now?
I can hear you.
Yes, then it is fixed. Sorry about
Okay.
that.
Oh, no problem.
But yeah, okay, whatever you said right after we moved back, I see I missed it.
Mr. Broadmoor, well, like I said, he is no longer the sheriff at this point, and that was basically where we stopped off.
I understand. And Jacob, at that point, um, do you have any protection against Auspex telepathy?
Nope.
Okay. What is your character's willpower?
8.
Ooh, good number. How dare you have more willpower than me? For shame. Alright, so I'm opening up my sheet. I believe it is intelligence subterfuge, but I'm not going to roll the wrong dice, so give me just a second as I confirm that.
Oh, no problem.
There it is. Yep, intelligence subterfuge. 1 success per piece of information or depth of information gained. And taking a quick peek at my sheet. I believe that should be 7 dice, but I don't want to make a mistake there. Yeah, no, there's only 7 dice because I haven't pushed subterfuge up to 4 yet. So 7 dice, difficulty 8. Let's see what we get. Alright, I see a 1 in there. Oh! It's a botch. Let's see. Is there a penalty for botching? No, there isn't. But, well, thankfully no specific penalty. Jacob is going to sit there. You'll notice he starts rubbing his head a moment, shaking it back and forth. Internally, he heard a cacophony of static and words that made absolutely no sense to him whatsoever. Outwardly, he just looks as if he's either very irritated or has a headache. And He sits up with a sigh.
And James will add to that. I'm not at liberty to discuss Mr. Broadmoor.
Self-control rolls successful. Good. No, I understand. It's just you get used to dealing with one person, and then everything switches around. You know how it is when positions drop hands left and right, and now you tell me it's someone who shot an Ostrich apart for no reason that I must contend with. I'm just picturing how that conversation will go. But I thank you for your time. It's just... Wait, did he give his actual name before? I have to check.
Yes, Schmidt.
Okay. Mr. Smith.
Yes, and I would like to thank you for your services. Tracking this book down couldn't have been that easy. So,
Not that easy, but thankfully I did know a few people in Germany willing to look it up for me.
excellent. As the conversation draws a bit to an end, James will take the briefcase, make sure everything is once again securely tucked in, and he will close it. And he, well, if there's nothing else, Mr. Crowley, sorry.
No, there was nothing else, and thank you very much again for the business. It was good working with you.
Thank you very much. With that, James will stand up, basically slide the chair back under the table, and give a nod to Mr. Crowley and make his way outside.
As Jacob waits for him to leave, he looks around the room, still empty, heads over to the desk where he makes a call to one of the employees to tell them they can come back from their lunch and, well, dinner, as it were, reopen the location, and while he waits for them to arrive, resets the tables, flips through a few pages of an open book sitting on the counter. Once they return, he makes his way out to find himself a feed. And there the scene will end.